Speaking of Generation Kill, I want to talk about Terminator. Can we talk about Terminator? So the trailer finally dropped for Terminator 0. I always want to call it Terminator 1 for some reason. I don't know why, but it's on my mind all the time. But Terminator 0. YouTube has officially dropped the trailer, and I'm kind of excited. I've been talking about this for like a little bit of time now about the build-up for this. Timothy Olyphant's in this. It's a pretty big cast. But now we have an official breakdown. This animated series coming on YouTube, dropping not too far away in August. Is it going to be great? Is it not going to be great? Is it going to be fucking awesome? I don't know. We have the trailer. Let's check it out together, and then we'll decide overall if this is a great cinema and if it will actually save the Terminator franchise and make it relevant again. So here's the trailer for Terminator 0.
This isn't what you think it is.
Fucking Skydance. Paramount.
IG's a good animation company.
This is cool.
You've been on a collision course your entire life.
Judgment Day. Oh shit, yeah.
There's no going back. Not really. It will never, ever stop. There's only one thing standing in between you and him.
This looks really good.
Me.
Terminator 0. Yeah, I think it looks pretty dope too. I mean, I saw Doc Savage say he has no interest in Terminator, but I think with the animation style for this, I think it looks really cool. Fell asleep during the last Terminator, Queen says. Yeah, I get that, but this is like taking it to a different level, bringing in the anime style. It looks very cool compared to what they could have done. Okay. Oh my, it has a great look to it. It looks like it's an actual anime, and then you're bringing in this franchise and revitalizing it. I think it could be something great to bring Terminator to a new generation. And I've been waiting for this trailer for a long time. I'm gonna say I'm more stoked about it than I thought I would be. It looks cool. It looks fucking cool. I get it. People are gonna hate on Terminator. We had the Rise of the Machines didn't do that well. We go back to like what was one with Christian Bale? Was that Rise? That was Rise of the Machines, yeah. And then we also had the last one was not good either. They just keep trying.
Salvation was the one. With
Salvation. Rise of the Machines was the last one, wasn't it? Yeah. That was the third one, or something like that. We had Salvation. I actually didn't mind Salvation. I thought it was okay, but it just.
The one with Bale was all right. I think the ending sucked.
Yeah, and you also had what's his name from Avatar. Oh god, I'm going blank on his name. Also, he was just in. The Black Matter on Apple TV, Dark Matter. GR, we just talked about this guy, Joel Edgerton. Yeah, he did a good job on that too. So, this looks great. What do you think, Rachel? You want to see this? Is this look awesome to you, or do you think that this is not going to be a big hit because nobody wants to see Terminator anymore, as we've seen in the chat already?
I think it could be a difficult sell for a broad audience, just because people kind of maybe don't want to see more from this series and maybe don't really take animation that seriously. But as somebody who doesn't have a horse in this race, I've not Terminatored out. I've seen one of the films. I didn't really follow up on the rest. But I think this looks great. This has me interested. I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, I think it has a good kind of feel to it, like the animation style too. And like some people might not be burnt out by it. People probably haven't seen some of the Terminator movies recently too. I feel like people just didn't watch a lot of them.
Animation is honestly a really good Terminator story.
I think it's a great way of going about it. I mean, think about Judgment Day. It's hard to shoot as it is. They spent so much, millions and millions of dollars trying to make this franchise work for people, and just hasn't, except the first two, Judgment Day, especially the second one. But after that, it just kind of went, boop, boop. We kept trying. Lexi, what do you think about this? You said the animation style you like, that who animated it. Do you think this is going to be the hit for Skydance, which again, just bought Paramount? We still have that hold period, but just spot at Paramount. Think this is something good for them that's going to like revolutionize Terminator moving forward?
I don't know about Skydance, but I know IG, the anime company, they're really good. and there was a lot of good other companies involved outside of Skydance. So yeah, a lot of good names behind it. It kind of looks like it might be the same similar kind of people who did the Animatrix, has that kind of same kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Which if you do things right, I know, like, I think if you really want to revitalize a franchise, I think animation is the right way to go in a lot of ways. Like, or if you want to keep it going, at least. When we were growing up, you know, we got a movie and then we got an animated series. And I feel like an animated series was the right way to go instead of these live actions. It keeps costs down in some ways. Like, you can do animation cheaply, especially in today's world where we can do so much with computers. We can keep animation costs like at a minimum. We were doing cell animation, it kept costs higher. So, I mean, we're not doing that anymore. Once the computer came into things, animation costs, like, you know, literally halved. And so with that, like, there's a lot of opportunity with animation to take your IPs that are fairly extravagant, something like a Terminator that requires, you know, like as you were just saying, Terminator 2 had a very high budget, some
Huge.
extravagant effects, extravagant, you know, something like, how about an Avatar that was $500 million, you know, an animated series would be, you know,
You tried
to do. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you know, it would be way cheaper to animate an Avatar series than it would be to keep doing these fucking movies.
Would
100%.
never let Avatar.
I think, you know,
regular traditional animated. Let's not kid ourselves. Avatar is animated in a sense. CGI is animation.
for sure. But you get what I'm saying. Like, what I'm going back to, like, to cheapen things, like, if you want to bring back Ghostbusters, you should do an animated series. If you want to bring back The Matrix, animated series is the way to go. I think, you know, you can serialize things in a way that you don't have to worry about having continuing stories and worrying about that. You can do single serving things that people are happy with. You can make your fan base really happy with animated content. And it's really shocking, like, how successful animated content is and how little people who are higher up pay attention to the successes of animation in comparison to what they can gain from it. Like, I don't understand, like, how people don't like unless it's Disney, who are like, oh, I'm making, you know, a Lion King, or, like, you know, one of those Renaissance kind of level films. They're not looking at, like, the payouts that you can gain from having an IP that you can, like, Men in Black, the animated series, one of the best animated series ever seen, by far. And, like,
was it that good?
Yeah, it's one of the, I own it. Like, it's one of the best animated series ever. Like, and Godzilla had an animated series that was based off of the terrible film. It's a really good animated series.
Godzilla.
Like, there's a lot you can do with an IP that kind of starts to flounder. Remember Evolution, that movie with Dave Duchovny? Yep. Excellent film. Had an animated series. Nobody watched it, but, like, that was something that took that
Orlando.
Excellent film. They didn't do more with it, but, you know, the animated series really gave that more life. That was something extra to really take that concept and run with it and do more with it. You know, I just really like when you get an animated series out of something instead of, you know, taking something that was so big and grand like that. Because Men in Black trying to do a live action series, it would be really cool, but I like the animated series a lot more because you're really open to doing anything you want with animation.
And it's cheaper, like, too.
Yeah, it's so much cheaper. Like, this week we can have them really, like, fight, like, they can leave the planet entirely and go fight a bunch of flying saucers on another planet, and then next week they can, you know, have a simple episode where they just deal with something on a train. You know, it doesn't matter because everything's so simple. That's like they were talking about King of the Hill one time, and someone asked Mike Judge, why did you not make King of the Hill live action series? And he was like, because we have entire episodes where literally, like, we'll go to Montana in one episode and, like, deal with something over there, and then, like, the next episode we'll be dealing with something, like, over here in another state, and then whatever. He's like, do you know what it would cost production-wise to do half of the episodes of King of the Hill if we didn't animate this series? Right. He's like, this show would be so expensive to do if we were not animating it. He's like, it is a simple show with a simple concept, and that's what makes it great, but to do it live action would cost a fortune. So
oh yeah,
it's like
why they
when
do it a
you
lot of
wanna-
times. And there's more King Hilo coming too. There's no reboot of that coming too, or I should say continuation. So that's moving forward as well.
the best Marvel content is animated, hands down. Like you're talking about Marvel's '97 show. That show, I like the original series a lot. They would be smarter if they would invest more into animating more of Marvel's content, and invest more into Marvel animation and Marvel animated series and stuff than
DC
continuing the
only
live action
animation.
What was that, Rachel?
stuff.
DC comics really only succeed in animation.
Oh yeah, I mean, honestly, overall, they keep trying,
They
but
kill it. Their live actions just flop.
yeah,
They're just little floppy dead fish, especially lately. But we'll see what good old Timmy Gunn does.
I believe in him. I believe in James Gunn. I believe in him.
Comment here about Alien. I would love an Alien
Cartoon?
animated series,
That'd be great.
especially like an Alien Predator animated series. I would be so here for that.
Especially if that was done for
I
adults.
think it'd be dope.
And if you followed it off the comic
You
books
can
and
only
did
do
it
it for
like
adults.
single serving, like based it off of the comic stories where they have like individualized stories, that would be so much better than doing something where you followed a serialized,
I'm kind of shocked there's not one because there is so much Alien like content moving forward now. Like there's Alien Romulus, we have the FX show coming too. There's another Alien show as well taking place of like on Earth before the aliens actually
I think
come.
that a show based on Pinhead would be wonderful. A show based on Hellraiser would be amazing. An animated series based on
That'd be
Hellraiser that did the individualized stories based around the box that were all animated. Oh my god, that would be incredible. It's not like Clive Barker
Like
doesn't have a relationship with animation to begin with. He's been doing comics for years. It's like the guy should be doing some sort of animated series. I would love to see a Clive Barker animated series of some kind. Like
Animated series are freaking great. GR even say anything.
I'm just listening. They're covering all the points for me. I don't have to.
But GR, do you think this is a good idea?
Animation is far superior in where they can take things. Terminator, I love the first two, maybe even the third, but people wanted an answer. Did we beat the machines or did the machines beat us? And they just kept going and didn't answer anything. And at least in this, this trailer was incredible. I want to see it, just to see how it comes out. I think it's like, as the girl said, bottom line, you can do more and go better places with animation than you can with film. That's bottom line. The cost is a hell of a lot better.
It's so much cheaper, and I think that they will be doing a lot more at this. Hence why they went this route as it is, and I think it's going to kill it. And again, we have a lot of shows coming forward in animated form. Like I said, the real Ghostbusters is coming back. That's a thing happening, and there's more and more shows moving towards animation because it is cheaper. And I would like to see this, and I'm excited to see where this goes.
Not that third-rate shit fucking CG, like CG that just looks a
little bit off.
Like CG, they're like, you can do things on a computer that still gives you like a traditional cel-shaded look. Like there's all kinds of ways to do things that look just as good on a computer that give you a traditional animation feel that has an updated, smooth look. Look at something like, Adventure Time or, like Regular Show or something like that. Those are all done on a computer. Those are all modern animation. Like there's no reason that you can't make something have a traditional animated feel. They don't have to have this blocky shit tier, like cheap fucking CG. Like there's no reason to make third-rate animation. This Terminator show, this looks great. The animation in this looks incredible. And you know what? All CG. That's all done on a computer. Like don't tell me that's not. That's some gorgeous animation. You know who that is though? That's IG. That's not Skydance. That's IG. Like they're incredible. Right. They're so good. Like they're some of the best in the industry. Like when it comes to like the shading and stuff, like all day.
But I'd say like, of course, the CG here is awesome. It is computer graphics making this. It's animation, new whole style. And it's easier to make it that way than big budget stuff.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pepestar needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.